I didn't have a personality growing up because I didn't know that women can speak so much. She's a girl, she can never do anything. But
तो
then
घर पे क्या बता के आप आए थे वो?
मैं तो भाग गई थी घर से.
मतलब भाग गई थी
Because my father was very abusive, so I just wanted to run away from that household.
Concept of PR, what exactly does it mean?
You have 500,000 people following you, but 5,000 have seen your post.
Do you track posting and how many people are viewing? Does that affect you?
I had gone mad. मेरे श्रद्धा कपूर जितने followers के लिए.
All PR is paid PR, all spottings are paid.
How does everyone know that somebody is going to come out of the airport? Because somebody is giving a tip off.
Is it tough to find a boyfriend?
Will anyone even marry me? I wanted to make better decisions, but I didn't know anything better.
Times have changed a lot. 25 years ago, actresses would not tell that they were going to get married. Today, actresses have babies and still are stars.
Is PR an expense? Does it pinch?
जीना ही पिंच करता है अगर सच बताऊं तो. In some interview, I said, "Oh, I'll do anything for money." People are saying, "Oh, ये पैसे के लिए कुछ भी करेगी."
Yeah, like-
Just shut the fuck up, okay? I earn enough anyways.
All news is good news?
No. So there is one story which I can tell. That was Imran Hashmi. I gave out a story that he has kissed this girl in a film. It worked for him tremendously.
Plan B था या नहीं था?
No, plan B was death. I just want to be a star. I just want to be very, very, very famous and very, very successful. In the next 5 years, I'll be the biggest anyone has ever seen. This confidence is crazy, but
You know, when I started my career, things were way simpler. There were no Instagram lives, no airport fashion police for sure, no spotted at the gym. These paparazzi moments just didn't exist. Back then, you did your work, you smiled at a few award functions, and you went back home. It was simple, in many ways blissful and peaceful. And cut to today, it's like a circus. Every airport look, every coffee run, every just existing moment is actually content. You're building an image even when you don't mean to. I have never actually ever had a PR team apart from the one time when I was promoting my book. And even then, it was more about promoting that book than me as a personal brand. And so the whole idea of building an image, how people craft it, control it, I find it fascinating, especially today when one post can change everything. And there are some, unlike me, who I feel have really figured out how to play the game without getting played. Hello and welcome to All About Her, a space where we have honest and meaningful conversations about women's health, wellness, happiness, self-care, and so many more things. Today we're talking about something that has become crucial in the world of entertainment, image building. In a world where everyone has an opinion, how you're seen often matters more than who you really are. From social media to paparazzi, your image can shape your career. So we are diving into how to craft and control your public narrative with two amazing guests. First up, we have a name that is synonymous with breaking boundaries and embracing boldness. Known for unapologetic style and fearless approach to fashion and social media, I think that she has truly mastered the art of image building and has captivated millions with her unique approach to style and to narrative. She's turned heads, she's sparked conversation, and I think she continues to redefine what it means to own your own story. So please welcome Urfi Javed.
thank you for having me, Suhan.
Thank you for being here. We also have a true blue PR expert, someone who has been at the forefront of shaping the public personas of some of the biggest stars in the industry, with years of experience in crafting powerful narratives, building careers, and navigating the complexities of public image. She's a true pioneer of PR in India. Her expertise lies in ensuring that the right story is told time and time again. So please join me in welcoming Parul Kosai.
Thank you.
Thank you both for being here today. I was saying in my introduction that PR is something that I truly am mystified by in so many ways, from even before I joined the industry, and how it's evolved over the times. So just on a lighter note to start, I want to ask you, you were papped today?
No. I've not been papped in months. I've taken
What are you saying?
I've taken a short break. It's been 3-4 months. I'm not doing anything. No pap. I'm staying away from the paps for deliberately.
Can you tell us why?
Also, I was just mentally exhausted, if I can be very honest. It can be, bringing up new ideas every day. And now the audience also expects you kuch naya karegi, kuch atrangi. Matlab atrangi as in the outfit has to be wow,
So you
not just
can't-
whoa.
Right. So now you feel like the pressure, if you're going to be papped, it has to be something that really turns heads.
Yeah, so the outfits were taking time and everything. My experiments were failing. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna take a break. And I just, yeah.
And you'll work on it. So now when you come back, you'd realize, though, there'll be such a long break that it has to be either worth that.
I'm trying. I think it'll be worth it. I've
think
made
it'll be
some outfits, but let's see.
Farul, before we dive deeper, if you could demystify this concept of PR, like what exactly does it mean and how has it evolved? Because I know you've been in this industry for close to 3 decades now, if I'm not wrong. You've been one of the pioneers. So what was it then? How has it evolved?
So, in a nutshell, PR is about the spotlight and the narrative. How you do it, the means, all that. It's a publication. It was magazines at one point. It was newspapers. It was channels. It's social media today. It's online portals. So the means changes, but the basic concept remains the same. It's a spotlight and it's the narrative. And that narrative must be palatable to the zeitgeist. That's the collective conscious. The society must be ready to embrace it. And if you can get that fix right, then you have a good PR strategy.
So tell me, in today's time with social media, what do you think would track more? Like a print headline, something that trends on Instagram, a personal story?
Oh, today, unfortunately or fortunately, nobody's reading newspapers to that degree.
I'm doing the crossword in the newspaper. That's why the newspaper comes.
Yeah. I mean, people still get it on Sundays maybe to keep to line the tables or something. But the papers are not being read so much. And a lot of stories are being put on the social media, Instagram posts and portals. But what is happening in that case is that it works on algorithms.
Right.
So you think you have 500,000 people following you, but out of that 500,000, maybe 5,000 have seen your post. Okay? But the other haven't, and those people who are not part of your algorithm have never seen it.
Right.
So you're a big bubble in your space.
Right.
You know? So today, PR has become really tough because when you get a newspaper, you open a newspaper, you say, "Acha, theek hai, politics, crime, city, then
Lifestyle.
business, sports, entertainment." Okay, you get a 360 degree because it comes in front of you. But unless you're subscribing to a portal, to a newspaper online, e-paper, you completely, the chances are that you will miss the biggest news because you're not part of that algorithm.
And then whatever you're viewing,
Yeah.
only that will keep coming back to you in a
Yes.
narrowing circle.
Yes.
So your world is actually
Yeah.
getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. So the whole struggle is to actually move out of that algorithm and reach a larger audience.
Do you track what you're posting and how many people are viewing? Does that affect you?
Initially, when I started, of course, I was every 5 minutes checking कितने views आए, क्या हुआ. But as you grow older and you face a lot of setbacks, कभी कुछ काम करता है algorithm की वजह से, कभी नहीं करता है. So then slowly I just became like nonchalant.
Yeah.
कि ठीक है, होगा, नहीं होगा. And I think now I've reached this stage that I know इतने number तो आएंगे ही आएंगे. कि अभी 5 million तो जाना ही जाना है, ये कहीं नहीं गया, उसके ऊपर चला गया तो बहुत अच्छा.
Right.
So now it affected me a lot.
Yeah.
The number game, like I was just constantly, मतलब every 1 minute refresh करके, I had gone mad. I think it took me a lot of time and self-realization, a lot of therapy to get back to being normal कि oh Instagram के बिना भी दुनिया हो सकती है.
और ठीक.
या 1 minute phone side में रखा जा सकता है, ऐसा भी होता है.
Do you like benchmark yourself against a particular someone? Like, you know, how sometimes I look at it and then I compare myself to others and I say, oh, like this person's stuff is tracking and it's similar content. Do you have like a...
Who has similar content like me? Please
I
tell
was just
me.
trying to think, maybe there's someone when you, like in your mind who is...
No, there's no one with similar content. But yeah, I am like, मेरे श्रद्धा कपूर जितने फॉलोअर्स क्यों नहीं है, उसके 25 मिलियन आते हैं 1 घंटे में, तो मेरे इतने व्यूज क्यों नहीं आ रहे? जस्ट दोज विशेस, बट ऐसे सिमिलर कंटेंट वाइज तो आई डोंट नो एनीवन.
Tell me, we want to go back a little bit before you became the household name, the sensation that you are today. When you first moved to Mumbai, which was how many years ago?
I think 10, exactly 10.
A decade ago,
Yeah.
10 years ago. With what dreams and aspirations did you come here?
Honestly, childhood से ही मेरा ड्रीम था कुछ करने का, कुछ बनने का, but born in a conservative family, I knew that this was not possible. But
तो घर
then
पे क्या बता के आप आए थे मुंबई?
मैं तो भाग गई थी घर से.
मतलब भाग गई थी.
भाग गए थे. So not because I wanted to become an actor or something, because my father was very abusive, so I just wanted to run away from that household, the abuse. So I ran away. I moved to Delhi to do menial jobs, tuition पढ़ाना या कुछ भी छोटा मोटा कॉल सेंटर में जॉब करना. But I always wanted to come to Mumbai. So मैं मुंबई में, मैंने सोचा यहाँ ऑडिशन देते हैं. फ्रेंड्स के इधर उधर ही रह रही थी, तो इतना बड़ा ड्रीम तो नहीं था. बस सोचा था कि एक अच्छा सीरियल मिल जाएगा लीड में, 3-4 साल में घर बना लूंगी, 5 साल में कार वार ले लूंगी, फिर क्या शादी करके सेटल हो जाऊंगी. मतलब बैक ऑफ द माइंड आई वांटेड टू बी अ बॉलीवुड एक्टर, बट आई न्यू इट दैट ऐसे काम मिल ही नहीं सकता है. आई मीन आई जस्ट न्यू इट कि होगा ही नहीं, पॉसिबल ही नहीं है.
क्यों?
No, it's not possible without contacts. They wouldn't even give you movie नहीं लगाता है कोई audition में ऐसे. I mean, no hate to anyone, but when people say कि मैंने auditions दिए हैं Star Kids, मैंने 50 audition दिए हैं, मैंने 50 audition दिए हैं, मैंने भीख मांगी थी जाके घर पे उनके director के, but you got the chance to even
Yeah,
meet
to
him.
meet. Yeah.
We don't get that chance. We are not entertained. नहीं होता है. बहुत rare है कि आप को कोई एंटरटेन कर ले, या आप शायद 10 साल ऑडिशन दोगे तब कुछ लैंड हो सकता है. मेरे पास वो टाइम ही नहीं था, क्योंकि मुझे मतलब आई डिडंट हैव एनी मनी. सो
Yeah.
व्हाटएवर टेलीविजन आई न्यू इज क्विक, एंड इन माय हेड आई वाज लाइक आई एम सो प्रिटी, कम ऑन, हु कैन रिजेक्ट दिस फेस.
Yeah.
बट नो, आई डिडंट गेट. टेलीविजन में भी कुछ अच्छा काम नहीं मिला. साइड कैरेक्टर्स हियर एंड देयर.
So you did try your hand at acting in
Yeah,
a couple of things.
television mostly. So I was
And
doing
how was your experience?
very bad.
Not good.
No one considers you anything if you're not a star or if you're not the lead.
Yeah.
Matlab, if you're a side character, you're not really treated well. And I had big ambitions. I was not happy. I was like, I'm not happy. I think somewhere I knew I'm meant for bigger things.
Yeah, you want to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, I always wanted to be in the spotlight, but I'm like, घर भी चलाना है, जो भी महीने का 40,000 भी मिल रहा है बहुत है. But ठीक है, I was not satisfied. So that's how I started.
When did the evolution happen to fashion?
I was interested in fashion, but not to this extent. But with the rise of social media, I started making content like DIY clothes.
Right.
T-shirt फाड़ के खुद ही से कपड़े बना लिए कि T-shirt से मैं ही बनाती हूँ. मैं खुद ही सिलाई विलाई करती थी, शौक था मुझे सिलाई का. Then I did this show Big Boss, but I got eliminated in a week. वहाँ पे मैंने एक garbage bag से dress बनाई थी, just for fun. So I wore.
You wore that on the show.
Yeah. So it got pretty viral. So when I came out, I knew that the media is, Paps especially, are going to cover me for just a month.
Right.
It happens when you're out of Big
Yes.
Boss. They cover you for a month and then you're lost.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be lost.
Yeah.
I was like, ये भी हाथ से चला गया Big Boss. 1 महीना है और फिर कुछ ऐसा कर ले कि तुझे कोई भूल ना पाए.
Yeah.
So accidentally मेरी एक रील वायरल हो गई थी जहाँ पे मैंने पहना था एक स्पोर्ट्स ब्रा और जैकेट.
Airport के बाहर. जब आप
Airport.
airport से
Yeah,
आए थे.
but I didn't even realize it was a sports bra. So
Right.
the headlines were Urfi Javed bra पहन के निकल आई, Big Boss OTT contestant, and I didn't realize it's a big deal. And I didn't even see it as a bad thing. People started talking shit, but I was like, something better than nothing. At
Yeah.
least they're talking.
Yeah.
So I went into that direction then.
And when that happened, this was all like your own brainchild, or was somebody advising you? Did you take on someone to help you put together like a PR strategy?
Not strategy. I was with a guy who just started his PR company. So I think he also didn't know anything better. I also didn't know anything better. We just know कि हमारे articles निकल रहे हैं, हमें views आ रहे हैं, people are talking about us.
Yeah.
That's it. We didn't strategize कि okay, this is the image building, like how Bollywood celebrities or celebrities usually do, that this is the image that we're looking
Yes.
forward. I didn't even know that your image plays a very important part in you to get good brands.
Yeah.
Like you'll not get brand deals unless the brands only, you can have numbers, they don't care. They care about the image. I had no idea about these things. I just knew that something is better than nothing. But I was still, I was just happy that I was the talk of the town, and I was still getting medium deals. So I'm like, मैं महीने का 40,000 कमाती थी, यहाँ फिर भी 2 लाख डील से इधर उधर हो रहा है. सो आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग, सो थोड़ा बहुत वो फेम, लोग पूछने लगे, लोग जानने लगे. सो स्टार्टेड डूइंग मोर एंड मोर एंड मोर.
Just as a aside, How are things with family at the moment?
Oh, so my father, we don't talk anymore. It's been 10 years. He's married to other people, whatever. Let's not get into that.
No.
But my family and everyone, we're the siblings and mother, they stay with me.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Parul, when did the name Urfi first come into your, like on your table or in your line of vision?
I remember maybe it was a social media post or something. I don't remember exactly where, but it must have been some post somewhere. I must have seen this girl in very unusual clothes, and everybody was.
Urfi's like, yeah, that was me.
I thought that she had a lot of confidence. So
Yeah.
I remember that, and it stayed with me, that confidence. And then I saw one video. She had come out of her house maybe to buy something or something without makeup in a normal this thing, and they were harassing her, and she was just covering herself.
Yeah.
And I said, this girl knows that this is her image and she should stick to that. And that stayed with me actually more than anything. The fact that she developed a great sense of unusual clothes that kind of set her apart, that got her the eyeballs. All that is there. But I remember the fact that she knew that essay.
Yeah, I was very
हाँ.
particular.
So
मुझे
I
पता
only
था कि,
remember that,
yeah,
हाँ.
this is how I want to be seen. I never wanted to be seen in normal clothes. Initially, तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं. I knew that I had to reach a certain goal. For some reason, my intuition told me that keep doing this, you'll get something. And then I landed my own reality show. So I was like, okay, maybe. But yeah, I knew that my intuition, my gut feeling was telling me that don't listen to the trolls, don't listen to anyone.
Yes.
You will get something out of it.
Yeah.
So if I can say, I feel like your rise to popularity was almost instant. Like it happened at quite an accelerated pace.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people
Shock and awe.
shock and awe. They recognized your name. People might have been saying anything. I'm sure the comments would have ranged from a lot of support as well. A lot of people, I think now,
support must have come over a period of time.
maybe over a time,
Yeah.
but I remember reading a lot of comments and in fact being part of conversations where people were saying, there's a lot of respect for a woman trying to achieve her dreams.
Yeah.
And drawing her own lines in the sand wherever they are, being someone that you can respect for that. It wasn't like everything was negative, and I'm sure there were a lot of ridiculous comments as well. Did those affect you?
I mean, you don't realize it when you read it, but then yeah, you'll read it today, you'll be like, okay. Second, you'll be like, okay. Third day, you'll be like, what the fuck am I doing? No one respects me. What am I doing?
So
Then
you
if-
second guess yourself sometimes?
Yeah, all the time. Even right now, I feel like, what have I done in my life? Have I done, I don't know, like, will anyone even marry me? Will anyone even love to be my partner? Or have I done something wrong in life? What is happening? Like, you keep second guessing yourself. But it's okay. I think it's part and parcel of life. You do some things, and I could have made better decisions, but I couldn't have back then. I wanted to make better decisions, but I didn't know anything better. I was so ambitious. I was this young girl who just had this goal in her mind that this is what I want to achieve, and nothing can stop me. Nothing will come in between. So,
Why was that goal so important? I'm saying, is the goal fame? Is the goal money? And like, it's just my interest in understanding what drives people.
money, success, fame. Also, I'm an overachiever because all my life I knew that I can only get love if I achieve something. I think because I never got love as a child, and it's all psychological.
Yeah,
of
I
course.
know it all comes from our
It
childhood.
also,
and-
yeah, it all childhood trauma. So
Yeah.
I know that I have to achieve something, and also all my life that I've been with, because of my relatives or my family, I've been considered that she's a kuch nahi kar payegi. Yeah, whatever. She's a girl. She can never do anything. Or whatever. So I just wanted. I badly wanted to achieve that goal, and somewhere I just knew that I will maybe, and this was the only path that I knew. Had I given, if the circumstances were right, would have I chosen another path? I would have loved to. I would have loved to be a Bollywood actor. I would have loved to have that respect and name for myself, but I didn't get that path. So my age was crossing, and I thought maybe in that moment that this is the only path.
But you can say yet. Maybe you haven't got that yet, but you're still incredibly young and you still have like a lot of time to achieve lots of dreams.
Yeah, but Bollywood is not part of
Part
my
of your dream maybe at the moment.
anymore.
Yeah.
Now, because of social media, there's so many new things. So I want to do other things as well.
I want to ask, just because you touched on it before I come to you, Parul. I'm a romantic person and I've always looked for like a partner in life. And you said that, you were worried that maybe you wouldn't, maybe someone will not marry you. I understand we also live in India, which is a relatively conservative place. Male egos are huge. I feel anyway, when you're a woman in the spotlight, it is tough to find a man who's willing to take a back seat and to have, the woman getting all the attention. Then if you add the complication of your attention coming from perhaps wearing clothes that are revealing. A lot of men might have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Family members might have a problem with that. So has that impacted your romantic situation? Is it tough to find a boyfriend, I find?
I was actively not looking for a boyfriend, if I can be very honest.
Please be honest to me. There's no judgment here.
I was not looking for anyone. For the past 3-4 years, I knew that this path that I've chosen is difficult. A man would have problem, or a man can show support. It can go either way. But I was like, you know what, let's concentrate on what you're doing right now. Maybe once, and I was so fucked up in my head myself. I was not ready for a relationship. I was not this person who I am right now. So I knew that for me to work any relationship, keep all the controversies or anything aside, I have to become better. So I worked on myself. Now I'm just working on myself.
Good, I'm glad. I think it's going well, the working on yourself.
Some days it's good. Some days again you're like, what's happening?
But those are I'm sure Parul, you also have those days where like it's going well and what's happening. And you are devising strategies. Strategy sounds like a very calculated word, but I'm saying you are actively building images, sometimes rectifying errors that people have made. I want to know, for someone who perhaps has just entered the world of entertainment in this case, and comes to you, what are some of the primary steps that you take when you're looking to create an image? And for that personality, do you allow that personality to flourish, or do you think about what the world needs right now from a personality?
No. My first question to anybody is that what do you want? How do you see yourself? That is so critical. I mean, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself, Soha?
Oh, are you asking me? Where do I see myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
yes.
Yeah. So that's the first thing. A person, once you start asking those questions, the person starts, they are taken aback. They think that I'll say, okay, we'll do this story, this story, this story.
Yeah.
But that comes later.
Yeah.
First you have to say, where do you want to be?
You want to be on the cover of magazines. You want to be
Great.
headlining successful films. You want to make lots of money.
Correct.
Isn't that what everybody wants?
But how do you want to be perceived as a person? I mean, she wants to be this person who is dressed up in very unusual clothes, but underneath that is also a person who has a need for security on many levels, financial, emotional, societal level. So she knows that she has to reach that particular threshold to be able for it to become a tipping point, for it to all start flowing down.
Right.
So her need is different from your need. Hers is very guttural, basic need. She needs to be there, hook or crook.
Right.
She has to do it. So so she has got the spotlight by hook or crook. Now she knows that she has to set the narrative.
Right.
But now, fortunately for all of us, the times have changed a lot. I mean, 25 years ago, actresses would not tell that they were going to get married. Today, actresses have babies and still are stars. People are in live-in relationships, they move out. So the whole world is becoming far less judgmental. Also, women have started taking more space for themselves.
Yes.
I
still feel like now we have few examples. We have
lot-
role models of women who
lot
are
of
getting
them.
married, who are owning their relationships, who are becoming pregnant.
Not just in films, but I'm saying overall, women have started becoming the whole cat fight thing is no longer a story in PR any longer for film promotion.
It's very dated.
It's dated.
Yeah.
You don't do that any longer because women don't want to be seen as objects with 2 minute ka role in a film. And so today women produce films so that they can have a smaller film, but they can be at the center of it,
Right.
So whole mood of the country has been changing over a period of time. And I think, that whole Nirbhaya case got the women to come together and say that, we are women, we can't be treated like just sex objects
Yeah.
constantly. So there's a whole mood shift. And so when you have Urfi who comes up with unusual clothes, 10 years, if she had done this 10 years before what she started, people would have just really been very abusive. But when she started at that time, there was a lot of women supporters who said, please, we've had enough of your male gaze and your male
Absolutely.
judgment, So, where we are digressing really, but what you actually want to be is something very critical. Yeah, and then you decide, okay, if you want to be in a movie, this is the kind of roles you want. Not everybody can be the lead actor. They can be doing different roles.
Which do you find more challenging? Doing PR for this typical words of insiders and outsiders. Of course, an insider will come with some baggage. An outsider may not have that baggage, but may also not have recognizability. So which do you personally find more challenging?
One has worked with star kids in very big films, their opening launch films.
Yes.
And it's not like people are dying to cover them all the time.
Right.
They also have to work towards it. And if they are not good, they will drop out. Yeah? But I actually never take on work of an actor unless they have signed a film and started work.
Okay.
Because there has to be something. I'm not just going to, do like 10 months of just vague stories.
Right.
I'm not going to waste my time over it.
Right.
You sign a film, you get in this thing. Before that, what you do is up to you.
Right.
But I'm not going to take money from you and do stories which make no sense to me.
Right.
So once they have signed a film, then you have find things to get it going.
And what if somebody, have you ever felt the need, I'm saying, where something you feel in you has gone wrong? For example, a story has come out not with the right messaging or something, a misconception has been raised. Has that ever happened? And then have you tried to address that in some way? Or do you feel like if you're silent, it'll just blow over?
Yeah, a lot of times wrong stories also come out. या कुछ और होता है, कुछ और बता दिया जाता है. ठीक, कभी कभी मैं बोल देती हूँ, कभी कभी मैं चुप ही रहती हूँ कि जिसको जो सोचना है सोचे, जिसको जो करना है करे. I know the reality, so it's okay. But rumors don't happen a lot with me. by the way.
But अगर होता भी है तो it's okay. कितनी चीजें clarify करोगे ना?
कभी कभी इंसान के मूड के ऊपर है. अभी मूड में ऐसे गुस्सा, if I'm PMS, I'm like ये गलत है. If I'm
Now
not-
it's so easy also to share.
Yeah.
So you don't, I don't know if you think much before you post something or you share, like I'm saying, those temporary emotions, jab gussa aata hai ya, people they cry and they share that. There's a lot of sharing that happens.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you regret sharing and you take that off. Has that ever happened?
Yeah, a lot
You
of
post and
times.
delete?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah, कि ये नहीं डालना था, ये तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गया, इसमें तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं पहना था कपड़े, ये नहीं, या फिर this is not looking nice. A lot of times it's all, we are humans in the end, it's okay. होता है.
But has anything ever got out of hand?
Yeah, a lot of times. I think one time this thing for a brand, I did this shoot where they told us that they've taken the permission, but they didn't take the permission. They called the fake police and all. That really got out of hand.
The location.
नहीं तो we were under the impression, me and my team, that the permissions have been sorted and the brand didn't sort the permission. So everything came on me because I was the face.
Sure.
So the FIRs and everything, it was on me.
Oh, it became that
like,
big.
And I'm like, I was not responsible for this. I was just an actor on hire. I was doing my duty.
Right.
I didn't know. Why will I look into this that the permission आई है कि नहीं आई है?
Right.
It was not even my idea. It
But
was
you're
a brand
the
shoot.
most saleable name, so
Exactly.
of course you'll get attention.
So
and become clickbait.
because of that, it just everything blew really out of hand, and that really affected me a lot.
So in your circle, I know that you're a very sharp person and you have a very clear idea about your goals, where your lines are. When you've crossed those lines, then how you redress it. But is there someone that you also defer to in terms of advice?
Not really. I think that's something which I should work on. Yeah, I should listen to people. Initially, I didn't, but now there is a friend, Smithil. She's in my team only. So, more than being in my team, she looks out for me a lot.
What does
As
she
in-
do in your team? Like, what is her?
so she got me this reality show. She's not really in my team. She works for my agency. So my reality show, which I did for Prime, Follow Karliar, was her idea. So in that during that journey, I met Smithil and Meghna. Meghna was the creative director. So both these people like really got invested in my life, and apart from everything, they really guide me now
Yeah.
that this is right, this is wrong,
Yeah.
without any motive, without just neutral.
Yeah.
So I really listen to them. That should we do it? Should we not do it?
Yeah.
They really guide me now.
It's nice sometimes, I think, to just,
to have a counterbalance.
and you don't necessarily have to follow their advice,
Yeah.
but you just think and
Yeah.
pause.
But you should listen to people, different people, because I have acted on my impulse so many times. I've said things which I wish I could have taken back. I've done things which I genuinely wish I could have, I would not have done. But then it's okay. It's all part and parcel of
But the
life.
feedback I've gotten, Urfi, is that the reason people like her a lot, apart from the fact that she has a great sense of dress, clothes, and fashion and all that, the fact that she doesn't have filters is what really connects with people.
That is lovely. I think it's lovely to be authentic, but
Yeah.
often a lot of people really enjoy unfiltered people. Sometimes they're hurting themselves, but other people are laughing or enjoying it.
Not
I'm
just
not saying
laughing.
in this case. I'm saying, but a lot of people enjoy people make mistakes also, is my personal experience.
I think she's talking about unfiltered. The way I used to speak was, oh my God, I was.
Also, the fact that she comes out and helps people.
Oh.
Yeah.
So those things are things that make it look like she's a very
Authentic person.
heart person, and heart always connects.
I agree. I
Yeah.
feel like, and because a lot of, again, PR sometimes tends to be very manufactured, very carefully created. When the media
that
is
will
there,
not work.
But I still feel that a lot of people are stuck in images of when the media is there, you have to put on a certain front, a lot of tehzeeb, being very polite, being very proper, and also being very formal sometimes. Or sometimes also just, you can tell a little bit, you can sense when that mask falls. And again, we're not taking names at all. I'm certainly, you want to take names, you can take names. I'm not taking names. But, people are very savvy.
Yeah.
And I think people appreciate it
That
when
honesty.
people let their guard down
Yeah.
and they are human.
Yeah.
I think.
So I think in today's time of social media, people really appreciate authenticity.
Yeah.
They want, जब हम स्क्रीन पे देख रहे हैं तो मुझे ऐसे प्रिम एंड प्रॉपर लोग चाहिए ही नहीं.
हाँ.
मुझे नहीं अच्छा लग रहा है. मुझे ऐसे लोग चाहिए जो गलतियां भी कर रहे हैं, ओन अप भी कर रहे हैं.
हाँ.
We relate more to that. I think that's what
Yes, why not?
somewhere
Absolutely.
people थोड़ा बहुत liked me.
Yeah. So tell me about you said, like, I've made some mistakes.
Yeah. So I think in my interviews I used to be so. Honestly, I think what I was doing was मैं अपना ही खुद मजाक उड़ाती थी ताकि मुझे अफेक्ट ना करे. बट वो चीजें लोग आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट लेते. मे बी इन सम इंटरव्यू आई सेड, oh, I'll do anything for money. And now that has been taken out of context. That reel got viral that, she's a prostitute or whatever.
Yeah.
She'll do anything for money. What I meant, dance, I'll act, I'll
Yeah.
do anything on social media. I didn't mean it in that way.
Yeah.
But that reel was taken out of context. I just feel maybe I should control my mouth a little bit. Don't say stuff like that which will be taken out of
That
context.
is a headline. That is going to be a headline.
Yeah, so I just felt so bad that people are saying, oh, ये पैसे के लिए कुछ भी करेगी.
Yeah, like,
Just shut the fuck up, okay?
Yeah,
I earned enough anyways.
Yeah.
So it was just weird. Matlab, I just felt very weird. And then, you start thinking again and again that, oh, I need to reevaluate my entire personality. But, genuinely, this is just me. I have no filters. Like, even with my sisters, sometimes मेरी बहनें कुछ बोलती हैं कि ये मैं यहाँ नहीं जा पाऊंगी. मैंने कहा गरीब लोग नहीं जा पाते हैं, अमीरों से पूछो.
Yeah.
I don't mean to insult her, and they get upset, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said
but
that.
you've always been like this, even as you were a child.
No. As a child, I was very underconfident. मैं कुछ बोलती ही नहीं थी. Very seedy, very underconfident. I didn't have a personality growing up because I didn't know that women can speak so much. We were not allowed. So it is a culmination of so many experiences, and then Delhi, Mumbai, and meeting so many people that I just decided that, I will speak whatever the fuck I want to say. I don't want to listen to anyone.
Yeah.
Because जो जितना अगर जो इंसान यहाँ है और कोई यहाँ है और जब वो देख लेता है ना कि ये थोड़ा शांत है, चुप है, तो वो आपको और दबाता है. I've experienced this in my TV career. Like if you're quiet, if you're not very, spoken, if you're like शांति से आप सब ले लेते हो, हाँ ठीक है. लाइक एक बार टीवी सेट में बहुत बीमार थी, मैंने बोला मेरा कॉल टाइम थोड़ा लेट का कर दो, 12 बजे का कर दो. उन्होंने कहा नहीं, आपको 8 बजे ही आना पड़ेगा. एंड आई वाज वेरी सिक. अब मैं डॉक्टर को दिखा के आ जाऊंगी प्लीज. ही डिडंट चेंज माय कॉल टाइम एंड मेरा शूट 3 बजे ही लग रहा है. लगातार 4 दिन उसने ये किया. 5th डे आई वाज इन द हॉस्पिटल एंड दे किक्ड मी आउट ऑफ द शो एज वेल. कि आपको, मैं 10 दिन हॉस्पिटल में थी, मेरा काम भी गया. सो आई जस्ट फेल लाइक क्या फायदा हुआ अच्छे बनने का, क्या फायदा इतना सुनने का. आई शुड हैव बीन स्ट्रिक्ट कि मैं नहीं आ रही हूँ, मुझे डॉक्टर के यहाँ जाना है भैया, मेरी हालत खराब है. सो आई थिंक इट लीड्स यू nowhere.
But tell me, you have a PR team?
Yeah, I have a PR team.
So when you sit with them, like, I want to know, like, do you devise like strategies together? Do you speak more? Do they speak more?
Now that I've realized it's a team effort, हर चीज मेरी नहीं होती है. Earlier it used to be just कि जो मैं कर रही हूँ. इनफैक्ट मैं काफी डैमेज कर देती थी और मेरी टीम को कंट्रोल करना पड़ता था. Now it's not like that. And usually we sit, जब कोई शो आता है या कुछ इवेंट होता है तब हम ऐसे बैठते हैं. It's both साइड से ही होता है, मैं बताती हूँ. बट नाउ ओनली थिंग इज कंट्रोवर्सी में नहीं पड़ना है. हो गया है वो, तुमने कर लिया है. सो जस्ट दैट्स द मेन एजेंडा.
That also I wanted to ask because you managed to get that instant fame, that popularity, become a household name overnight. But then how do you keep relevant? Because you shock somebody once, twice, but then you can't. You have to change your strategy. So Parul, I wanted to ask you, firstly, do you believe in shock as a PR strategy, as an effective tool, or like a slow burn?
No, sure. Shock is one of the most effective ways of initially catching the spotlight. But then, how do you sustain it? What narrative do you build over a period of time? Who are you? How do you connect with people over a period of time? So, she's actually going through that phase where she's thinking, what next and how do I evolve from here where I don't have to be repetitive and have the pressure of just being this person who's perpetually shocking. Now she has to do something different.
So how have you advised some of your clients who have gained initial popularity? How do you stay relevant?
Oh, so if you're an actor, then you try to do a different type of a role. You do different type of things, or you find different things that they're doing. If you're a male actor, is there a sport you're involved with? Is there something else that we can diversify your perception? I mean, do you have a political view? I mean, not now, not today, but do you have a view on something which is socially relevant? How do you add another dimension to your personality?
And what if there isn't another dimension?
There's always a dimension to the personality.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just मैं बहुत गरीब थी बचपन में.
कोई बात नहीं.
एक ही रसगुल्ला हम बर्थडे पे काटते थे.
हाँ.
Most of the time it's just गरीबी.
But मतलब वो भी तुम कितनी बार बोलोगे ना? वो हो गया. उसके बाद क्या?
And also it is a country where, I mean, that will resonate because it is a poor country.
Yeah.
No, but people see through it now. If you're faking it,
Yeah.
people really see through it now. You will get trolled.
Yeah.
And if you're just telling, internet is Reddit especially, people know when you're lying.
It's ruthless.
If you've been through that journey, of course you have the right to talk about it. But sometimes you also have to see the environment you've been brought up in, and then people will not believe it. It's very hard to believe. So instead, just be careful about it, I feel, because there are genuinely there are people who have been poor.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And having a certain sense of awareness, and, because there's a certain amount of privilege that comes with being a public figure.
Correct.
So you have to remain connected.
I mean, you were poor then.
Yes.
You really worked hard to be here. But is this what you're going to remain all your life?
Yeah.
No, you're going to add dimensions to your life. You could learn cooking, make that as a show, whatever. I mean, this is just, I'm saying that there's always something you can graduate to. If you don't have it, another dimension, you can add a dimension.
Tell me, has something gone wrong ever with someone?
Yeah.
Negative story or a controversy?
Yeah, many times.
Firstly, who panics more? The client or the PR rep?
The client.
The client panics.
Yeah.
The PR person
Sometimes
then...
I'm very happy.
Really? Why?
Because I think it's a great story.
All news is good news?
No.
So
All news is not good news.
No.
The news that excites you, about her is good news. But the news that fills you with distaste is bad news.
Right. And so when this happened, for example, I'm not asking about specifics, but I'm saying so something went wrong. What does damage control look like?
Sometimes there's no damage control.
So then what do you do?
Sometimes that story just needs to blow
Live
itself.
its life and-
Sometimes it's only adding to their charisma, the intrigue, the excitement about them being stars, being people with great
Bad boy
lives.
image or something.
But people forget. On internet, people forget.
Absolutely.
Easily.
And it
हमारे
just-
दिमाग में सब होता है.
and up to-
Until you want to be a politician.
even then,
Even then, people forget. They go to
And-
jail, politicians, they come back and run the elections and win.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Also, how much does PR cost?
it depends from like there are people I will charge them through their teeth, and there are people who for
So
whom
it's
I've-
flexible.
Yeah,
So you
I
will.
work
It's
for
not like
even
there's a
free,
fixed
yeah,
rate.
Yeah.
So depending on. So obviously not depending on how much money you can get from them. There must be some kind of strategy.
No, it depends on like
It
that's
could be
my
very
call.
different. That's your call as
Yeah.
the owner of your PR firm. You can decide.
Yeah, there
what
are
that
people
is.
who I feel have so much go in them, but they don't have the money. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this for you for 4 months free. But
And
after
then-
that, if you don't shape up, then we'll not do it. And after you shape up, then I'll charge you this much money. They say, okay. So
Is PR an expense? Like, does it pinch?
जीना ही पिंच करता है अगर सच बताऊं तो. Living is pinching in Mumbai.
I know, but I'm saying like because there's so many things that living in Mumbai is very expensive. Whether you're paying rent or you're paying like maintenance, whatever it is to live, your food, your transport, your look. Like to get ready and pay hair and makeup and everything. I think if you're aspiring actor, model, influencer, it's
very
expensive.
costly, yeah.
A lot of people come here and it's tough to
Yeah.
sustain. And then over and above that, gym, trainer, sab kuch, and then PR, which is kind of an invisible cost because you may not see the results of it. Some people may never see the results of it. Some people may not understand how it's contributing to their success or not. But
For me, I feel it's important because my whole life, I have this public persona. I am an internet personality. I do this for a living, the PAP thing. So it's extremely important. So even though it's a bit high, but I still feel that itna to karna hi padega for a good PR. Since I feel that right now I'm with a good PR agency, I really like them.
most questions, I have lots of friends who are not in the public eye. And now everybody feels that all PR is paid PR, all spottings are paid. Everything on these pages, someone is personally paying for. To be PAP, always money involved?
no.
No.
I was actually notorious for never paying.
How is that possible? Because I know now, I mean, I do understand that,
Yeah.
for example, if we take a name like Viral, he will post pictures and videos of people without some kind of compensation. That might mean his own personal choice. But
But there are some stories which we give them which are so interesting that they post it irrespective. But if they feel that this is going to be part of a film promotion, this is going to add to some actors, this thing, they just flatly
Brand,
refuse
yeah.
brand. Especially brand promotions, they charge 4 times more or
Right.
3 times more.
So,
And
but
fair enough, yeah.
there's also some ethics behind it. They're like, if somebody is making money, then we should also make
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
If you're not making money, then we can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, also, you have to understand that earlier, if they were giving the pictures to newspapers who paid them per photograph. Okay. Now but somebody has to pay for it, na?
Right.
Though, if a Viral is has 12 people on ground covering different parts of the city and every event, he's paying those people. So, who will pay them? I mean,
Right.
he has to earn it.
What are your thoughts on paid?
I have never
Spottings.
paid.
No.
Never paid. So, but I don't know whether if you want to pay and get it done, that's also good. For movie promotion, for shows promotion, of course, the PR of the show and they pay them. So if that's there, then good. But
Yeah, so
मेरे पास तो पैसे ही नहीं है PR को भी
But
दूँ, PAPS को भी दूँ.
that's what I'm saying. That if your story is exciting enough, then it will travel.
So I wanted to know maybe if you could share, without taking names, like a behind the scenes story of somebody who needed an image transformation, perhaps, and where you could step in, turn around their career, for example.
So there is one story which I can tell anybody anytime because I have that actor's okay on it because he's so fed up of that image that given me the go ahead to say it.
Right.
I asked him many years ago. That was Imran Hashmi. Okay. I did PR for the Bhatts at that time, apart from many other people. And so he was their in-house actor. And I remember Bhatt Saab saying that we have to do PR for him now. इसकी गैंगस्टर आ रही है, उसके बाद ये आ रही है. तो I said, यार इसकी कोई stories पकड़ता ही नहीं है. You know, you give stories of him and he was the most, he couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
He just like, he has no interest in PR. I mean, he's improved a lot over the years, but he was just like really the worst, most laid back person, but lovely Imran is. So I gave out a story that he has kissed this girl in a film and it got picked up.
Right.
So I realized that 2, 3,
What
4
film was this then? This was one of
this
his
is
first.
Murder, Gangster, all those films that I was doing, you know. So I told Bhatt Saab, I said, Bhatt Saab, you know, all his stories on kissing girls is always get picked up. Why don't we do a image for him that he kisses everybody in every film, all the girls in every film. So Bhatt Saab said, इसमें बात तो है. Okay,
Right.
so we told him. He was like, no. That time he was just dating his girlfriend at that time, his wife now.
Yeah.
He said, yaar, that Parveen will kill me. I'm like, so I said, you get her to we had some party, some movie success party or something. I said, you get her and I'll have a word with her. So he said, acha, theek hai. Because he cannot go against Bhatt Saab basically.
Yeah,
He's not listening to me. He can't go against Bhatt Saab. So he got her. And he just very, diligently got her to sit next to me and just disappeared somewhere.
आप बात करो.
खुद करो, मतलब I don't want to be part of this.
हाँ.
So I explained it to her. I said, this is just a marketing campaign. This is not his thing.
Right.
He's very against it. And I told her that it works for us really because we have so many films lined up with them. But iski koi story nahi pakdega, so how do we do it? I mean, it's not just that he was a serial kisser, this thing. He also had great songs and he had great, a little abrasive, this dark boy.
Rough around the edges.
Yeah. And it all worked around. And it worked for him, especially in BEC centers. It worked for him tremendously. But of course, he was like fed up with me. He said, Parul, when I will die, they will put on my name. They will kissing everybody and all that.
Yeah.
So, because he was so fed up of that image, and it continued to work for him for so long that that's why I can tell this story.
Yeah.
Most of the client stories.
No, I love Imran. I worked with him and I thought he was such a
He is so lovely.
laid back but so professional.
If there's a fire,
Yeah.
he'll still be walking.
Yeah.
He'll not
slowly.
run.
Yeah. Coming to you, Urfi, I wanted to ask you, the world that we live in today, social media, instant connection, sharing, what if that didn't exist? I just wanted to ask you, how would you have reimagined or done things differently to achieve your goals?
I'm just a very ambitious person. And when someone is ambitious, they find a way. वो कहीं ना कहीं कोई रास्ता ढूंढ ही लेते हैं. अब जो चीज़ कभी एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर रही है तो उसके बारे में मुझे पता ही कैसे होगा, तो फिर मैं दूसरी जगह ही जाती. अब जैसे मेरा पति एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता है तो मैं क्या गम मनाऊं कि वो किसी और औरत के साथ है.
तो कभी कोई प्लान बी था या नहीं था?
No, plan B was death.
Plan B was death.
या grave. सीधे या तो I don't even mind क्या जैसे जला भी दो. That was वो प्लान सी था.
So I'm saying the goal is, like people say, love, hate, irrelevant. So for you, love, hate, irrelevant is the order?
No. For me,
to be talked about is important, to
No,
be famous is important.
I just
as
want to
opposed
be a
to being
star.
irrelevant.
I just want to be a star. And being a star comes with everything. I just want to be very, very, very famous and very, very successful.
Yeah.
So if you are famous and successful, people will talk about
And
you.
not everyone will say nice things because
Yeah, that
you
is
can't
okay.
please
That is
everyone.
okay. So that comes by default. Talking
Yes.
about me comes by default. My aim is fame, success, and money. So when you get these three things, automatically people will talk about you. And I have a very polarizing internet personality, so not everyone will talk good about me. But if everyone is talking good about you, then you're doing something wrong. I feel that if everyone likes you, then maybe you're faking it. So
Do you agree with that, Bar? Who's faking it?
All the people who are just too good to be true.
they are too good to be true then.
Who's faking it?
मैं तो बात ही नहीं करती किसी से, मुझे उनका असली कुछ पता ही नहीं है.
So my friend Ninna, Niranjana has a question. She has a question in every episode. It's usually an assumption where we're asking the expert to affirm or debunk this assumption. And her question is, PR is everything. And talent is really subservient to image building in today's environment. Is she right or is she wrong?
She's very wrong.
She's kind of been wrong on every episode. I just want to point out to Nina.
Then you just stop taking questions from
Yeah,
her.
maybe I should be like, Nina, no.
No, you're not doing your job well.
No, make I feel better saying that she's wrong. Make me feel good.
She's not going to enjoy this.
So the thing is, you can initially be successful because of that spotlight. You can even build a certain narrative with that spotlight. But to sustain it, you have to have talent. I mean, if Urfi has stayed here for so many years, it's because she has applied her mind to her clothes consistently.
And is evolving now to different
And
mediums.
unfortunately, a lot of people have underestimated that part of her work.
Oh, this is good. I like her. They underestimated me. You're right, and I showed them that I'm not just.
Yeah,
I can
I'm
do
not
better
just
things.
one glam doll. I have a mind and also a spine of steel, if you really think.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. So,
I try to constantly evolve. Like now that I have
Yes.
money, I try to bring in some aspects like
Yes.
कुछ इधर घूम रहा है, कुछ butterfly निकल रही है. So I'm just trying to bring a lot of elements.
yeah, and also it's good that you're taking a bit of a step back to really rethink what is it, how you want to go ahead, you know, and you
Yeah.
will go ahead. I'm sure you'll do a great job.
I'm very confident that in the next 5 years I'll be the biggest star anyone has any seen. This confidence is crazy, but
yeah, why
No, but
not?
confidence is key, is
Yeah,
critical.
yeah.
I mean, when it comes to children, they
Yeah.
tell you to make mistakes
Yeah.
and not to correct your children's mistakes because that hampers their confidence. Don't correct their spelling
Yeah.
because then they'll stop writing. So when you get to a certain age, then you can learn how to spell. But that confidence comes from a young age. So I think the confidence is key, a key determinant in success. And that you can't learn. Like you have that grit or you don't have that
Yeah,
grit. And I think you have that grit in spades.
Yeah.
right now, yes, I just feel like मैं ही अपने बारे में अच्छी बातें नहीं करूंगी तो बुराई करने के लिए तो चार लोग बैठे हैं. There are people who want me to fall, so I should be the one at least talking nicely, and I should be the one talking good things about myself. That and if I'm अगर मुझे बोलना ही और imagine ही करना है तो मैं सबसे best ही imagine करूँ और बोलूँ.
Yes.
मैं क्यों नीचे
Why
छोटा
not?
बोलूँ?
You just have to, anytime you feel ke अरे क्या हो रहा है, you just have to see where you came from and where you are today. You just have to constantly keep that in your head because 1,000 people will want to pull you down. But you know, you have manifested through your dreams that I want to be somebody and you've brought it till here.
Yeah.
You should just never allow anyone to pull you down.
We spoke about paid spottings and pap culture and things like that. There's another element which is what is actually happening on camera. Is it so organic? Is it so natural that somebody is being mobbed? There's a flash mob. Somebody is being seen, spotted with a girlfriend or a boyfriend and looking as if it wasn't meant to happen. Do people really get caught off guard or is everything actually created, well thought out, manufactured? Because now when you step out, especially if you are a public persona, you should expect that you might be seen. So as a viewer, should we be cynical about everything that we see? Or, I mean, actually people are not cynical. People believe that things that they're seeing are organic, natural.
I don't think we should take it all so seriously. Just look at it. If it appeals to you, great. If it doesn't appeal to you, just move to the next reel. You know.
But do you, as a PR strategist, help to coordinate some of these?
Oh, yeah. We actually, nowadays for film promotions, more than anything, we say, okay, what's the digital campaign? What are the songs that you're coming out with? Where are the memes? How do you make it shorts? How do you put out the reels? All that is just a subset of the PR today.
And like, for example, these flash mobs and things like that, are those
Yeah,
created?
those have been happening for years.
Really?
Yeah, really. I mean, to some degree, you can. I mean, how does everyone know that somebody is going to come out of the airport? Because somebody is giving a tip off.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it comes to personal relationships, for example, a lot of people felt at one point, especially when it was women, that if you were linked with someone, it was detrimental to your career. People like to imagine the heroine on screen could
this
be there just
virginal-
one day, you know, so she should be single. The
Virginal.
minute she's linked to someone else, then you're like, move on. It's different for men, of course. So now people are wearing their relationships more on their
Yeah,
sleeves.
today is it's the age of situationships.
Yes.
So I mean, we don't even want to.
But I feel like now, sometimes people view relationships also as a PR strategy. Like you're linked with someone,
Yeah.
maybe not just for the romance of it. There's some business behind it.
I mean, this is not just in India. It was done in Hollywood for years, and it was done here for years.
Who did it successfully in Hollywood? Who did it successfully in Hollywood?
I mean, Tom Cruise and his wife and girlfriends, everything was manufactured.
Who's doing it successfully here?
देखा एक ख्वाब I
A
should
lot
keep
of
quiet.
TV actually
No, don't keep quiet.
used to do a lot. You know, TV actors, they used, because see, for TV actors, the lifespan is very short because it's very intense and short. So they have to really utilize that जो भी season है, you know, वो OTT पर भी. Movie actors have a much larger life shelf.
Yeah.
You know, shelf life. So they can put out themselves in smaller bits to keep the enigma for the longer time.
Right.
But for TV actors, they just come up with the most ridiculous PR strategies, and they're just going over the top to such a degree that it has just become unbelievable. And the only people who have survived even in TV are people who are not really doing these things, who are just sustaining with good work. So beyond anything is just good work.
What about the personal and public divide? Do you sometimes encourage people to divulge of themselves personally because it tracks? And subsequently, have you ever had a client where you felt that, hold on, don't give so much?
There was an actor I used to say, listen, when will you get a girlfriend?
Yeah, because that was also interesting to see. People like to see.
Yeah, because I said like, listen, when are you going to get a girlfriend? He's like, है ही नहीं तो मैं कहाँ से लाऊं? So like,
Do you provide girlfriends?
no. I said वो मैं नहीं कर सकती, अपनी girlfriend खुद लेकर आओ.
But you can fix up clients.
Yeah, you can, but I feel it becomes it doesn't survive for so long because that chemistry is not there, you know. And some people do. I know not a PR but an agent did that with 2 clients of his. He put them together and put a lot of stories out and all that. Great, but the relationship didn't last. But of course there was enough coverage around it, so both
You
benefited.
must be just hooking up, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe
Or
not
not
even
at all.
hooking up. Maybe going to this place and then going to each other.
It feels like there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah,
Something
kuch
must have
to
been happening.
hoga.
Do you ever hold anything back? Some part of your life that is not for public consumption?
I have a reality show.
Yeah, but
ऐसा कुछ मैंने सोचा नहीं है. But I have never been seen with a guy or anyone. I've never been linked up with anyone. So, I don't know.
I didn't think about this.
Never. Never.
So is that because organically कोई है नहीं या छुपा रहे हो?
कुछ भी हो सकता है.
No, so I'm just asking, I don't want you to know, but I'm saying that there is a part of your life that you still hold as private.
अरे मतलब अभी जब बहुत चीजें इनिशियल होती हैं तो फिर तो no one wants to talk about it, and also
Or jinx it or something.
Yeah.
jinx it, or maybe the person that I'm seeing is not from this. If he's not from this industry, he'll not understand all this.
Absolutely.
वो उसको culture, paps and ये सब नहीं समझ आएगा. So why I think that will strain the relationship initially. If that person is meant to be in your life, then okay, you can take a call. What has to be done? Initially, talking stage पे ही अगर मैं सबको paps के सामने ले आऊँगी तो खुद ही डर जाएंगे कि ये क्या हो रहा है.
Yeah, you have to also allow your relationship to grow
Yeah.
in an organic way, na? It has to grow without the strain of cameras on you all the time.
So just as a departing question, for someone who's looking to create a public image in the industry today, what perhaps could be one piece of advice that you would give them?
That you must have clarity as to how you want to be projected and who you are. Everything stems from intent. And if you have that clarity, then you can go around saying, okay, this is where I want to be and this is what I want to be. So then you work backwards and say, okay, these are my subsets of doing it. I mean, to just say that I want to be on top of covers is not enough. It has to be more than that. Where do you see yourself as a serious actor? Do you stand for something in your life? Where do you see yourself?
Okay, closing thought. I know I've asked you, but one thing that you would like to correct about your image, like right now.
But I have passing thoughts that, okay, what I did was okay, not okay, but there's nothing that I want to correct. Life is a journey. You make mistakes. If I wouldn't have made those, if you call them mistakes, I wouldn't have learned. So I'm okay. Nothing. No
And
correction.
one thing that you're most proud of.
My show, Follow Kar Lo Yaar. Like the reality show, I was like, it's a big deal, like having your own show on Prime.
Lovely. Thank you guys very much for being on the show.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you. And that brings us to the end of today's incredible conversation. I think in this episode, we really got to go behind the headlines and dive into the gritty and often chaotic world of PR, personal image building. And we were very lucky to have a fashion firecracker like Urfi with us and a PR pro like Parul, who really helped us learn how to give our images a rebuild, how to turn trolls into tools, and how to turn scandal into strategy. To our audience, thank you for tuning in and for being a part of this fascinating discussion. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share this episode with anyone who might find it as insightful as we did. Until next time, stay informed, stay healthy, and see you in the next episode.